Hello everybody, how's it going? Good to see you. Wafty, what's happening, man? Good to see you, Wafty. Are you able to hear me? Hope everybody's doing all right this evening. Trying out some new stuff. Hey, Haley Beth, how you doing? Are you able to hear me, Haley Beth? What up, John Doty? Good to see you, sir. Thanks for stopping in. Cool. Good to hear you. Good to see you, Italo. Thank you for stopping in. What's happening, everybody? True Hugh Studios in the house. John Wetton, good to see you. John Doty, good to see you, brother. Moose, how are you, sir? Chip76, yo. Good to see you. There's my homeboy Chad Rev Art right there. See what he's got going on. Hopefully everything's working correctly. We'll see what happens. Good to see you, Moose. Good to see you, sir. Been a minute. Uh-oh, we got us a weird little box set up here. So let me see if we can make Chad bigger here somehow. What is going on? It's supposed to be
too tiny.
There he is. Yo, Chad Rev Art, ladies and gentlemen.
What's
up, homie?
People, what it do, homie?
Man, we are trying out new stuff, see how it works. And we got Valaina on tonight.
I was just listening to them.
Fucker that I hang out with named Chad Rev Art that just won another contest. To my understanding, he has started working on some new art.
I did.
And
you guys want to see?
maybe he'll show us. If you've seen him, man, maybe he'll show us something.
We'll see.
How you been, homie?
Here we go, buddy. You ready? What's up, Haley Beth?
Yo, Chip. Oh, my God. What have you been into now?
Man, I don't know. You know, I dream stuff up and it comes out and it happens and there it is. So
that is awesome, man.
We're getting there. Still mid-swing, cool. You know. I had a chin that came way out here. It was like way out here. And I was like, nah. So we moved the whole jaw back earlier.
Right on.
But yeah, that's that piece of basswood you sent me, homie.
Unbelievable, man. I'm going to keep sending you stuff because you keep making cool stuff out of it.
I try. You know, I try. I do try. Ooh, where's my coffee?
We got the guys from Theory in here. We got a bunch of our family in here. Good to see everybody. Appreciate y'all stopping through.
It's all right, Haley.
This is Ezra, by the way, my new trick while monitoring. So Ezra apparently can send us messages on the screen now. Did you see that, Chad?
No, I didn't catch that.
Ezra's got new toys. Hey, Ezra, good to see you out there, man.
Ezra, my buddy.
What up, Sam?
We didn't even have to summon him, and he just showed up.
Goopy Goop, good to see you, buddy. So appreciate everybody being in here. This week we got Valaina on, incredible band. We're gonna have Rachel representing the band here tonight, I believe. And hopefully, as of just a few minutes ago, I was texting her, sending these from the system. Only you see it. Right on. We got secret messages coming in now, Chadley, sir. That's awesome. I love it. Right on. Good to see you, Ezra. So we got Valaina on tonight. I thought I'd try to talk about something a little positive, some experience I had here lately, and some experience Chad has had here lately winning. We'll give Chad another victory lap over there. And why not? We're going to take as many as we can get, homie. I got a little gimbal thing that should allow me to show off some of y'all's art now. If it'll keep working right. If not, I might have to make obscene gestures at it. But, so we're going to try out some new things, see how it works. We got, like I said, Valaina coming on. And the cool thing about them, they're in the heavy metal, kind of like Chad was. And they have a message, man. Their story, especially Rachel's story, is remarkable. Their engineers won a bunch of Grammys. They are on the rise, and they are starting a foundation a nonprofit in her sister's memory with the unalive awareness situation. And there's also some portions of it that have to do with addiction and mental health and abuse and trauma and all kinds of things. These are thoughtful, forward-thinking, creative people. So looking forward to having Rachel on. Just to give everybody a fair kind of warning, Rachel is in a situation, I can't say too much, but it is not always safe for her. So worst case scenario, she's not able to make it. We're just going to roll with it and do what we do. Or if she happens to have to drop out while she's talking or whatever. But just be aware. Hey, the foo-foo. Just be aware. We have someone in the house that isn't necessarily broadcasting to us from the best situation possible. So everybody, all the moderators, do what you do. I sent out a picture with a name on it. Anybody that sees that person come through the chat, please go ahead and send them to the door if you don't mind, please. Thank you very much. And yes, and my wife ordered a case of those, Chad. They're arriving tomorrow.
If you get one in the mail,
case of them,
guys, you know what Game thinks of you.
Either that or you're a mod.
Like I said.
Y'all. So I just thought maybe I'd try to, since we got something coming on kind of heavy tonight, I would do what I do and try to have a conversation about something that maybe is a little more positive, or just trying to be encouraging, maybe trying to be more like Matty Pace or somebody like that. But so for those of y'all that don't know, I haven't been on a lot recently. Initially, that was just because I was taking care of some stuff in the shop, but then we got a puppy. And that's kind of why I haven't been on recently, because you got to put the time in. Josh. And that's kind of what we were talking about last week, was putting the time in. There's no easy way around it. There's no getting around it. So I get a phone call last week. It's my wife. There's a local vet hospital that has had a puppy brought in who has been hit on the face by most likely a cottonmouth, but definitely something venomous. We say most likely a cottonmouth because that's the anti-venom that she got. For those of y'all that don't know, stuff like that is very, very expensive. And we managed to reach out to some folks and find some that was about to go out of date and get her some. Long story short, she survived, but nobody wanted her. She has some kind of unique features about her, and people being what they are, nobody wanted her. They didn't want the bill, and they didn't want the hassle. So we now have her. She is now our little Winnie, and we absolutely adore her. And the fact of the matter is, I haven't been on just because you got to put the time in. I've been spending time with her, trying to make her feel comfortable, taking her out every couple hours, giving her opportunity to learn how to be potty trained. She's doing amazing, and she's a joy to have around. Henry's starting to come around too. But there's just no shortcuts, and it's given me time to reflect on, over my life, I've had several people tell me over the years, multiple times, man, how do you get your dogs to mind so well? I wish my dogs would mind as well as your dogs. Well, the truth is because I spend every day with them, because we train every day, because we work on things every single day. And the dogs that I've had for 14, 15 years, we still worked on stuff every day as they aged. So the reality is there are no shortcuts. The answer to that question is because I put the time in, especially at the beginning. So right now we're doing potty training and she's doing good. We're giving daps and we're hanging out and we're learning the ropes, not to chew on stuff and what to chew on and all that kind of thing. So I appreciate everybody being patient. I know I said I'd be back a little sooner than that, but some things you just can't rush. And she'll be with us for the rest of her life. And I want to make sure that she has a good life. So, instead of forcing her into an uncomfortable situation and then making a bunch of racket down here, I've been slowly but surely introducing her to the different tools and to the different sounds that happen down here. And pretty soon she'll be ready to go. But it's just one of those things, folks, and that applies to almost anything we do. You have to put the time in. It doesn't just come easy. And Chad over here is a really good example of that. Chad spent 10 days carving on a post, and he just won Cutsaw's monster contest. And the reality is that you don't get to see all of the work the dude puts in. You get to see the finished product, and you get to see him carving live sometimes. But the truth is, there's a lot more that went into that. He had to reach out to Cutsaw. He had to be aware of the contest. He had to read through all the stuff. He had to get his entry in. He had to carve a piece that fit the parameters of what they were looking for. And he had to put the time into doing the work. That's because you, Chip. Yeah, and you need people like Chip on your team. So I would just encourage y'all. You won't always get the reward right now today. Sometimes it takes a while. Sometimes it's the long game. And oftentimes that's the greatest reward, y'all. So just because you don't have what you want yet, stick with it. Don't give up. Everything doesn't come at once. And be the change that you want to make. If you don't have it, like Matty Pace would tell you, if you don't have going on in your life what you want going on, change the way you're doing something. Switch it up. Try to do something a little more positive. Thank you, Pamela. So anyway, that's my positive message for the day. We'll be back soon. We'll have 2 shop dogs and a Chad. And so the truth of the matter is, most of the stuff that I've ever done in my life that was worth a damn didn't happen overnight anyway. It took a long time. So, Mr. Rev Art, do you have any thoughts on that subject at all? You did some
Man, it's true. There's no real shortcuts, and usually if there's a shortcut, you're going to cut yourself short. So,
and that applies to your art. Applies to your art. And look, here's the other thing, folks. I would drop y'all like a bad habit if my wife needed something. That's the other thing, right? You got to make sure you make time to tend. If your personal life is falling apart because you don't tend to it, your art's going to suffer, or your music's going to suffer, or your poetry, or whatever. So, Ashman, what's up, brother? Chandel, good to see you. So I would just encourage y'all, be patient. Give yourself space and time to accomplish the things that you need to accomplish. Slow down. We all want it right now because we live in a society that demands everything right now. But the truth of the matter is, Chad and I are friends in part because we spent hours and hours and hours and days and weeks and months on the phone together, having conversations, working through things, figuring things out. What you guys get to see is the finished product most of the time, unless Chad just don't feel like having guests anymore, and then you never know what's going to happen. And that's fun too. So I would encourage you guys, lift each other up. That patience applies to each other too. Try to have some patience with each other. If there's people you don't vibe with, no problem. There's 8 billion people in the world. Find somebody else to vibe with. Don't have to hate on them. Don't have to badmouth them. And if you find yourself around people that are constantly badmouthing someone else or other people, there's your clue. If you find yourself around people that hardly ever have anything to say negative about anybody else, look around and see who's getting the results. So, please, folks, take your time. Put your effort into whatever it is you want to accomplish, and be okay with it taking some time. I hope this little puppy lives for 20-something years, and she'll probably outlive me. But the truth of the matter is, if we want to have a good relationship, I have to put the time in right now. And that's more important than guitars. That's more important than likes or follows or shares or gifts or any of that shit. So anyway, those are my 2 cents. Everybody might not agree with it, and that's okay. But that's just kind of the way I see the world anyway. Thank y'all for the gifts. I appreciate y'all. all my people. I see y'all in here. I see y'all, you amazing people in here. So, if you are not familiar with Burgess the Painting DJ or Chandel, please make sure to check them out. When you see one, you might see the other one. Turn on your notifications. Chandel does karaoke night. You're going to probably see our dear friend Haley Dot there sometimes, who's somebody I want to brag on. Speaking of putting the time in, and speaking of finding that balance in your life,
yes,
I'd like to say how proud I am of Haley Beth, for what it's worth. I'm just a dude in the basement, but Haley Beth is my friend. And I've been watching her go through the adjustments of having a new show. It is difficult. It is hard work trying to schedule guests or co-hosts or whatever you need to schedule, and making sure you have everything planned out and making sure, and then when you go live, you better hope things work properly, because if they don't, that can throw a wrench in things. And Haley Beth has been navigating this world like an absolute champ. And I just wanted to give her some love and respect, because she is trying to find that balance, right? Between having a formal show, what Chad and I would call a produced show, and then also having like a chill out, kind of hang out with me vibe. So what she settled on, I believe, is she's going to do 1 week where it's kind of a chill with me vibe, and the next week it's going to be more like a produced show. But that is someone who is working to find their balance. And that is absolutely amazing. I absolutely love that.
She made a plan, tested it, came back, rearranged, revised, coming back.
That's exactly what Chad and I have been doing for a year. That's exactly what we've been doing for a year. So Haley Beth, you keep up the good work, little sister. It isn't always easy. It's not always going to be 100 people in your room, and there's not always going to be a gift showered on you. But you keep grinding. You keep working on it. And sometimes you have to learn to work hard too, right? It takes some time, because really you think you're working hard sometimes, but you're really not. You're just working dumb. Sometimes you got to work smart, right?
Circle.
Yes.
Working really hard. I'm going to get my tail in just a minute.
Yes, we can work really hard sometimes and really dumb at the same time. So Haley, thank you for showing us the way. Thank you for grinding, for working through it, and for figuring it out. You're a light, Haley. You keep shining, boo. Thank everybody else in here. I got to go by and see Rule Gardens a little bit today. If y'all hadn't had a chance to go check out Rule Gardens, turn on your notifications for Rule. Pretty cool guy. He's down not far from where I'm at. Not far from where I'm at. And I think we're gonna get him over in the shop here before too long. We'll see what happens.
Cool.
Maybe we'll get us a bonsai tree going back here or something.
That would be cool.
Haley usually picks who we're going to use in the chat for our guest. Our guest has a group of people that follow them, and they use the squirrel. I think it looks like a chipmunk on here, but a squirrel is the logo, is the little icon, the little emoji that we're going to be using for our guest tonight. And so y'all keep an eye out for someone named Rachel or Valaina. I'm not sure which account she's going to be on.
Hi, DJ Willison.
What's up, DJ Willison? How are you? Speaking of amazing human being, Kara Wilson Art is in the house. Mrs. DeFufu is in the house. And I don't have my glasses on, so y'all are either putting squirrels on there or flipping me off. Yep, both squirrels. That's amazing.
Hey, look, get a squirrel.
Yeah, no kidding. And SA Starving Artistries is right there. Good to see you, SA.
SA, did you walk in?
SA's up in here. SA's up in here. True Hue Studios. Thank you, SA. True Hue Studios is another amazing tandem on here. That is the Can Do Artist and Moose. If you get a chance, go check them out. Make sure you turn on your notifications for this guy over here. He's been doing a lot of lives again, which I'm so glad to see. That's amazing. You never know when he might pop on, so go ahead and turn your notifications on. He doesn't even know, and that's probably best for all of us. We got a friend named Max V that's on during the week, during the morning. So make sure to check out the Max V Empower Hour. Max is a good dude. You got Courtney and Jay on Wednesday at 12:30 Eastern time doing their thing. That show's about addiction and just a place to go de-stress if you want to go de-stress a little bit.
Good way to put it.
Eve, our good friend Eve, has a show Musical Monday at 7 Eastern. She also does some stuff on Saturdays and she does some stuff on Thursdays. So turn on your notifications for Eve. She did that piece of art right there. Bob Not So Ross in the house.
Bob.
What's happening, buddy? Hope you're doing all right, Bob. Good to see you. We got a buddy called, you might have heard of him before, Eric the Airbrush Artist. He hangs out with these dudes called Flex Flare and Dirty 530. You can catch them on Saturdays doing their thing. Bunch of airbrush artists doing airbrush artist type stuff. DJ Willison, Severed Art, Rick the Muse. If you see them roaming around, show them some love, especially DJ, especially DJ. We got Hanson and Kiki roaming around in the middle of the night, talking smack, doing their thing. If you get a chance, go check them out. We've also got punk rock on Wednesday nights. You got my spot at your spot does Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 7 a.m. where she knits and crochets. You can go hang out with them if you'd like to. I love my spot at your spot. That's a dope handle too. Jamie Murrell is a musician. You can check out. Josh is another musician, and he has a show at 5:30 in the morning. Pamela Walsh Arts was in here a little while ago. She's familiar with the show that I'm talking about. Josh has a playlist of about 10,000 different songs, and he lets them play randomly. So inspirational music might be backed up against rock, might be backed up against country, might be backed up against whatever. So check Josh out. You catch him on early in the mornings. Thank you, Chandel. He's a good dude. And I appreciate what he's doing out there. So maybe stop through. You got Matty Pace on Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays at 1:30 Eastern, and on Tuesdays and Thursdays at 10 a.m. He's doing his thing. The most positive vibe on TikTok Live, honestly. Check out Maddie. He's a good dude. SA Artistries, she's been doing some Sunday woo-saws here and there. If you happen to run across Samantha the Starving Artist, we call her SA. Check her out. Turn on your notifications for SA. That's our people. I mentioned Haley Dot, 6 p.m. Eastern time on Fridays. Please make sure to check out Haley. Haley Dot. Ashman. He has been doing, dude, I don't know if you've seen the work Ashman's been doing lately, Chad, but I know you will love it if you haven't seen it.
I have.
You have? Right on.
Yes, I have.
Ashman has been absolutely crushing it, man. Ashman, if you're out there still, dude, he was in here earlier. If you're still out there, Ashman, we got to get you on this here show, my man.
There he is. What up, Ash?
There he is. Ashman.
Yo, guys,
dude,
go follow Ash right now. Go check out his new work. And he is beautiful. He's a beautiful man.
And he can play music, too. I like, right on, man. I'm going to get up with you, Ash, man. We're going to get you lined up.
That new guitar.
That new guitar you got. Yeah, that's nice. Hey, Stitch. But Ash, just want to tell y'all the kind of character Ashman has. The very first time someone came in my live and threatened to unalive themselves, Ashman was one of the people that I reached out to because I thought he might know the person. And the quality of his character is he reached back and followed through. So I'll always dig some Ashman. I like his stuff that's more like Kira, like the whimsical type stuff, right? But this new stuff is like Chad all day long, and I gotta admit, man, there's something about it I dig, dude. There's something about it that's just
it's
dope.
Okay, Ash. I'm stuck in October too. I'm stuck in October too, Ash. It's okay.
So y'all, we're hoping that our guest will be able to make it in this evening. If you see Valaina, I keep messing that up. Valaina, or someone named Rachel. If you're in here, raise your hand so we make sure we can see who you are. If not, we're just going to talk smack for another hour, and Chad's in here. He's raising his hand. I love it. I love it. I love it. October in my heart all year. Yeah, absolutely. Me too. Me too. Hey, Stitch. Good to see you. Good to see you. So we also got some friends out there. Johnny Ray, Mondo Art, Painting at Tiffany's, Natasha Art, OG, OG. We love you, OG. Wherever you are, OG. Tender Chocolate, Kira Wilson Art does Monday nights from 6 to 9 Eastern time. If you can catch our whimsical little birdie painting, please do so. You'll probably learn something just hanging out with her. Chandle's in the house. Make sure you follow up with Chandle. She does some karaoke stuff. She is absolutely incredible. And her man, Burgess the Painting DJ, also an incredible guy. Lady Shine. If you see Lady Shine roaming around out there, give her some love. She's got her creative prompts on Sundays at 5:30 Mountain Standard. Meditation Monday mornings at 4:30 a.m. and Walk With Me Wednesdays at 11 a.m. Please go check out Lady Shine and see what she has going on. If you happen to see Divino Caprice roaming around out there or Lady Shine, please show them a little extra love because she is. They've both lost their moms here in the last month or so. So do what we do. Show them some love. Chandel, 6:30 Eastern time. Right on, Chandel. We got the guys from Theria in here. Guys from Theria, do you see anyone whose handle looks like the one that would be our guest tonight?
I think I just had an art thought, yes. Man.
What you got, buddy?
Dude, is that the next thing that needs to be carved under his heart?
Ooh. Oh.
Yeah, this is a...
Maybe so.
I started a year or two ago, I started a series called the Eater series. I don't know if anybody's familiar with it whatsoever. I did a digital painting of the Eater. It's really cool. T-shirts are available. They're so awesome. Go check them out in my merch. And then I did an Eater painting. And they're just a different... I don't know. This is the third installment. So I've done a digital painting, an acrylic painting, and now I'm carving one. So
is the next one going to be like a real live one? You're going to stitch it together like Dr. Frankenstein, and you're building up to the actual.
I am. I'm either going to build one or summon one, and I'm not sure which one yet.
Most of you. Chip. Well, most of you. That's awesome. That's awesome.
Oh, man. Good stuff, Chip. Good stuff.
Y'all, I would remind you that if you would like some shout outs or call outs, go ahead and hit me with your information. Chandel, if you got new show times or anything, especially hit me in the DMs with your information.
I hit you.
Excuse me, and I'll be sure to shout them out every chance I get. When I do my flow states, I also do shout outs during that sometimes too. So it isn't always just there's Valaina. I keep saying it wrong. Valaina. Please make sure to send those in to me, and I will be able to get you on the call out list. So folks, I see Valaina's in the chat here. And I believe it's going to be Rachel today. Rachel's who I've spoken to a couple times. And so if you could, guys, Haley or somebody like that, would you please send Valaina up? And while we're doing the check to make sure it comes up and cameras work and mics work and all that, I'm going to say a few words about Valaina. So in my conversation with Rachel, I actually got to speak to Rachel a couple weeks ago, and then we spoke again yesterday, and it's a really interesting story because she is managing to do this under some pretty weird circumstances, and they are making some amazing music. The music has a message, and as they're starting to find success, they're putting systems in place to help other people along the way. And I just think it is absolutely incredible. So, let's see if we can make it happen here. I saw them just a minute ago.
Hey, Haley Beth's doing it.
There we go. She's got it. So I believe who we're going to have with us today is Rachel, who is the lead singer, inspiration, and motivation, I believe, behind Valaina. And the name comes directly from her name, actually. And, can I hear you? I think I heard someone.
I'm here. I'm just trying to get
Right
the
on.
camera. Yeah.
Are you safe? Are you in a good location for now?
Yes, I am. Hold on. Can you see me?
Here.
I cannot
I'll help
see
you
you,
push
but
the
I can.
buttons.
There you are. Now we can
Hey.
see you.
Hi.
Hey, how are
Hello.
Doing good. How are you?
you? Wonderful. Well, thank you so much for being here. It's amazing to have you on.
Yes.
Thank you for having me. Like for real. Hey,
Abs-
Brittany.
Absolutely. I think you're going to find you got quite a few of your people in here. So if you'd like to give some shout outs or say hello, I'm going to move you over to the big screen because we know that everything's working now.
Yeah.
And we'll say a few more words about you. But first, if you'd like to shout out your folks out there, please do.
Let's see here. Well, okay, my bestie is in here right now. I'm super excited because she's coming to the show. Yeah, Scroll Squad. That's right. So, where you at, Brittany? Yeah, she's
I
actually
did see a Brittany.
she's picking me up. She's I don't know if her username is unpacking us. Hey, what's up?
We got you, Brittany. We got you.
Yeah. And the hoodie. Yeah, Goonies never said.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
Hi. Yes, there you go. There she is. Brittany was unpacking us. So she's my bestie. Yeah.
It is an excellent hoodie.
Got Theory in the house. I think Seb was in here. Italo was in here
Hi
at some
guys.
point.
Yes.
Uh,
John Doty.
All of them excited to have you.
Y'all playing together next month, huh?
I know, which is so like.
It's amazing. Congratulations,
incredible.
by the way. Congratulations on the
Yes.
magazine. Congratulations on the upcoming show. I was just listening to your music earlier. You have a beautiful voice. Kudos to you. Amazing.
Thank you.
Your music earlier. You have a beautiful voice. Kudos to you. Amazing.
Thank you so much.
Uh-oh. Did we lose everyone? We just lost everyone. All right, let's try that again, y'all. Not sure what happened, but we just lost everybody. So, reset. My phone just went black for some reason and everybody was gone. So, let's try that again. Let's get Chad back up and there we go. Technical glitches. All right. There's a Chad Rev Art.
Not giving me camera, though.
There you go.
There it goes.
Too much awesome in one place. Sorry about that, guys. Let's see if we can make it happen again. I don't know. It just went black. There we are. All right. She is so amazing that
Oh my
the whole
gosh.
system shut down when we put her over
I broke
there.
it. You know what? I bet Chuck Norris had something to do with it.
Probably. His beard, at least. Minimally.
Yes. Yes.
Minimally. Anyway,
His beard needed a ticket too. If you guys saw that.
your voice is amazing. That's why I was trying to tell you when Gin had to mess everything up. Thanks, Gin. Thanks a lot, dude.
Sorry,
Yes,
man.
absolutely amazing. I was a professional vocalist for many years. I toured. I did all sorts of stuff. I played with all sorts of big bands. And you know how vocalists are. We're really, really like judgmental listening to other singers. So, true story though. Amazing vocals, guys. Go check it out. That's my piece.
But I need to just say, like, thank you for saying that. That means a lot to me because I've actually been told like the opposite for most of my life.
Yeah. You know what I did with all that? I went out and toured for most of my adult life.
Well, for a while, I put down my all instruments and stopped singing because I listened to them. I thought they were right. And I then one day decided, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna pick my guitar back up. I'm gonna play. I'm gonna do what I love. And I started getting vocal lessons, and here we are today.
That's what's up.
Yeah. Guys, I have to take. I'll introduce you real fast to my little friend. This is Dobby.
Hey, Dobby.
Ooh, Dobby, you want a sock?
He does, but yeah.
Make Dobby free.
Dobby is not a trio. Yes. So Dobby's got to go potty.
No
And
worries.
everyone went to bed in the house, so.
You're up by yourself. All right. Well, so who we have here, folks, is Rachel. Valaina is a spin on her name for those that have seen the article in the in Theory magazine. She's going to be headlining that magazine party on December 7th in the Bourbon Room in Hollywood, California, and I wanted so badly to be there. Unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to be there, but I'm going to be pulling for you and watching and listening. I have to put a roof on my house, or I would be there. Unfortunately, it was pay for a roof or pay for a plane ticket. So,
I think you chose right. Kind of might need a roof on your house.
yeah, my wife lives here, so I got to make sure we take care of things. If it was just on me, I'd probably get on the plane. so, look, I was telling you when we talked that I did a live a couple weeks ago while I was working in the shop. I usually play music while I'm working, and we put on your album. I have it pulled up right now, and there was a question earlier by Jason Woodworks about where you are, Spotify or where. They're on all platforms. You can find them everywhere. Pandora, Spotify, YouTube, probably whatever planet Chad is from. Andromeda, I'm sure that they're really popular in the Andromeda system. So if you if you get the opportunity, please support Rachel and Valaina and the other members of the band. As you know, they are the cover for the Theory magazine launch party, and the music that they play is heavy and it has a message. So maybe tell us, just get us started on that. How did we get on this journey, Rachel? How did we get started on this, Valaina? For those that haven't read the article, who haven't ever seen you before, get us here. How did you decide that, you know what, I'm going to do this?
Well, like I was sharing a little earlier, I'd been discouraged and told most of my life, you've got a really great heart for this, but your talent just isn't there. So, you can stay on the background and kind of help out. And that really was something that did a lot of damage to me. And I allowed it to affect me in that way, though. I do recognize that now. But that being said, like I said, about nine years later, I think, is when I picked up when I picked back up my guitar. That was my first instrument, well, besides saxophone, but that was my first instrument that I played. And I was nervous about it, but I wanted to get some vocal lessons because I started writing songs, and my dad was like, he's like, you're really great at songwriting. He said, but maybe if you had some vocal lessons, you could really learn how to make sure you're doing it the right way. He did the same for my mom, and my mom is a fantastic singer. And so, I did that for about a couple of years, and randomly by chance started getting into music production, and I was still very shy and timid. And it took having a friend. So I sent a song to a mix engineer that I met on TikTok. who happens to be the mix engineer and main producer for Valaina and guitar player. He lives in Argentina. And so he asked me to collaborate with him on a metal song. And I was like, yeah, like, you kidding? It sounded awesome. So I tried, and then I heard from some people like, yeah, I don't know if your voice really fits that genre. And I was like, oh yeah, you're right. I was like, it is kind of soft and different. It's not, what you would typically expect. And then, so I went back to him and I told him, I was like, hey, I think you need to. Yes, I know, Seb. He said the 3 words that changed the course of my life, which was, I was like, I think you need to find somebody else. He says, don't be daft. Thank you. He says, don't be daft. He spent probably about a decade or so with his other band. Yes, thank you. That was really, really nice. In the UK, and so he says a lot of those phrases, and I was like, oh, okay. And so I went ahead and I, wrote, which that song actually ended up on the album, and I believe we're going to be performing it live because it's such a meaningful song to me. It's called Magnetar. Yes, Squirrel Squad. That's what's up. Yeah, so that's kind of how I started with, I guess, but being brave enough to put music out there with me singing, because I was terrified and I just didn't think I could. And, it was okay. But then, I was going through a mentorship program, and they're like, we want you to write an EP and you're going to release it. And I was like, okay. And then they heard the first few singles from it, and they're like, just kidding, you're going to do an album.
Awesome.
And I was like, oh, like how many songs? What is that? Oh, thank you. I don't know what that is. Thank you, though.
Thank you, Ezra.
I appreciate that. Yeah, they were like, they're like, yeah, this has to be an album. These songs, there's a story to tell here. And so I got really nerdy because if you know me, you know that I'm a lyric nerd. Which is a good thing, though, I think. It's like I want the lyrics to be able to mean multiple things to anyone, so anybody can relate to it, So, of course, it has, my meaning for it, but I'll always try and give it that double or more, open-ended, however you, feel like you relate to it. Because I think that music is that one thing. It's that universal language that we have that can connect people who are complete strangers.
Absolutely.
That is
Absolutely.
awesome.
And I didn't even know it was going to be a band until probably later that summer when they're like, yeah, you're gonna start auditioning band members and do that. I was like, oh, sure.
and now you have a band. And you've got an album, and you're doing an album, or you're doing a magazine release party for an entertainment company in Hollywood, California, and I'm pissed that I'm not going to be there.
That's badass.
Yeah.
Honestly, though, every single person in the band is like, whoa, can you pinch me? This was a dream that I've had my whole life. Can you pinch me? Am I alive? That's how it feels.
Great feeling, isn't it?
We're so blown away because and I used to say this phrase. Seb would remember this. I used to always say when somebody who I really looked up to would want to collaborate with me or use a song that I had produced. I would always be like, why me? I'm just a little guy. And Chuck Norris approves. Yes, he does. And then I realized it one day. I said, you know what? I have to stop saying that because I'm not just a little guy. I need to, but if I always say that and I always believe that about myself, then I am just going to always be a little guy. I was limiting myself. So I I don't know how, because I'm very introverted. You know, I I am very open about my struggle with mental health, like you know, with my PTSD that I'm working through right now in therapy, and I went through addiction and stuff just to try to cope with my mental health issues, and it's just like this is all such a whirlwind. And I started saying, instead of just listening to people say, no, you can't, I said, okay, well, thanks for your opinion. Watch me.
Hide and watch, mother. That's what I always say.
But I changed. So changing my mindset, though, so many wonderful things and blessings have like come my way. I feel like it's been like, I mean, we've charted like worldwide on iTunes. It's. I mean,
Yeah, you got in the top 10.
It's so sorry. Like for the album, it got number 4 worldwide.
Oh, wow.
It's insane.
Yo.
It's amazing.
Congratulations. That is so damn cool.
I
Yes.
just don't expect things like that, and it's like, to me, every single thing that happens, it's like I am blown away and so grateful and feel so blessed, and it's yeah.
You know,
Cool.
Rachel, the cool thing about it is I love finding new music, right? I think you probably feel the same way. You know, you hear something new, oh great, you know, it's like a new toy or something. And so I was excited to hear new music, your music. And then I like storytellers. I like a lot of my favorites are, you know, older school guys, Warren Haynes or Jason Isbell or John Prine, or, you know, the list goes on. And then there are some ladies on that list as well, Dolly Parton and, you know,
Yeah.
lots of others.
Yeah.
But I like this weird, you know, eclectic group of people, but a lot of the times they're storytellers. And the more I listen
That's right.
to your music, the more I hear your stories. And I think that is such a tribute in my mind anyway, is such a tribute to your artwork, because truthfully you're in a genre that I listen to less than I listen to some of the other genres,
Not me.
but I like all types of music. What's that,
Debs,
bro?
tell them yes. Tell them what.
Yes, tell us that you will be the host. Oof. I heard that. but
Yeah.
but what you were saying earlier is that your lyrics have depth and they have multiple meanings, and you can kind of make the song yours as the listener, depending on what mood you're in or what day it is or whatever. And I really think that is a amazing thing for an artist to be able to do, and not all musicians or singers or writers can do that.
No.
Even there's a lot of them that we've heard their names that can't do that. So
A lot of them.
yes, so I just want to commend you on that, and the songwriting and the lyrical content, and the fact that you talk about things that put you out there is a brave thing to do. You are sharing a lot of yourself with the world, and as you mentioned earlier, you're an introvert. So this whole process has been. Look, we were talking about this on the phone, you know, when we talked on the phone, and me doing this show for the first 6 weeks, I wanted to vomit every time the camera came on.
You're welcome.
It's just not our natural state of being, you might say.
Yes, going live for me was very difficult at first. I was like, what do I say? I was so awkward. I'm probably still awkward, but like I went with it.
Right. But so those two things together are the courage that it takes to write in the way that you write, and then to have to walk in those shoes as the artist that's created that work. And now you've given people more insight into your life, but more importantly, you're reaching into other people's lives. And like I was sharing with you, the live that I did where I was just playing your album, I just played your album through in the background. And as people would ask, who is that? It'd give me the opportunity to talk about y'all. So we will continue to do that. But did you? We talked before about potentially playing some songs today, maybe even talking about some of the songs. I'd like to follow your lead on that. I have the computer pulled up. I have a platform pulled up with your album on it. And if TikTok doesn't throw me off again, we'll be able to. Now, I don't know how it sounds playing through the phone. I have no idea how it'll sound.
We're about to find out.
But we also have Seb in the house.
Seb.
And if worst case scenario, we'll send Seb into the studio and bring him up. And he can just push play.
Seb, head there. Just in case. Backup plan, safety net, just head there.
I was gonna say I might be able to.
I'm not at the studio.
If I could find where my iRig is, I could plug it in, but I'm like, where's it at? Give me a second. It's funny. I think I took it with rehearsal for Sunday, but then we never ended up live streaming, so it was just a hectic day. It took us and that's the thing about like live sound is, man, you have to just be ready for anything and everything to happen, you know?
Yes.
At our rehearsal, it was like something was going wrong with the the system, and it took us over an hour and a half to get that situated. So then we had to like extend an hour because we were like, no, we have a show coming up. We kind of need to practice.
Right.
It's just a little bit, just a little bit, you know. I found my iRig, so if you just give me a moment, I have to find
Sure.
like the adapter. I think it's just
That's why we have Chad here to distract him while we do such things.
We used to actually practice for those terrible occasions, and while we would be rehearsing, like we'd go over and like unplug each other, turn each other off, like do all sorts of crazy stuff. So like there was always some kind of chaos, and it's like, oh, you listen to the guitar for your cue all the time? That's great. That's not there anymore. Oh, you listen for this? No, that's not there. Oh, this is way too loud. I'm sorry. But we would literally go around and do that to each other during rehearsal.
Oh, I love it. I love it so much. That sounds like something that we would do, only like I hadn't thought of that. The only problem is that like our drummer Hunter, he runs our in-ears from like right next to him on this rack mount. So I'm like, we're not allowed to touch. No touching.
Go unplug it.
He's got the bump sticks, so he could probably smack my hand.
Well, I mean, they're pretty lethal at flinging those things across the stage, and you catch those in the back of the head as a singer, it's no good.
I hope I don't ever have to experience that.
Y'all, John Doty is also going to be performing at this event, and John Doty is in the chat right now.
John Doty.
If I'm not mistaken, Mr. Doty and Valaina were both at the top of the Theory of charts this week. Is that accurate?
Oh,
Let me go look over there and see real quick.
What?
I'm pretty sure that John Doty was up there in the top of the top 10. He was up in the top 3. Let's see here.
Doty is on the top
list.
3, Theoria says. That's a very
Yes,
nice.
number 2.
Number 2. Oh, Chip.
So you can catch the cover band for the magazine, the covered featured band for the magazine,
The band on the cover.
and John Doty performing, as well as some other people too.
So I know. I was really proud. Aww. I love that. It's so exciting, honestly. And John Doty, I've been following you for a while now, and it's just been amazing to see. I love watching everyone's journeys on here, and it's so weird seeing like who I've first met, and then who's still kind of like hanging around and our friends, and we're gonna meet in real life.
Yeah.
It's actually gonna happen. Like what? I'm just gonna.
I'm just curious because I haven't seen you perform. When you play, do you have an instrument? I mean, when you sing, do you have an instrument, or do you?
I don't. I actually wanted to. I wanted to play guitar. That guitar is my main instrument. Then I know some, but I really thought about that, and then V, who he's the like I said, he's the main producer. He's like no, I promise you. He said, just focus on singing. He's like, get a guitarist, everything else. He goes, you'll be able to be so much more free to move around the stage, to interact with the audience, because you want to be able to have that experience. So, I was like, well, because for me, I've always stood behind my guitar, and
Well, that's why I asked. That's why I asked. Yes, of course, voice is an instrument, absolutely. But the reason I asked that is you mentioned being an introvert earlier. And I've had a lot of musicians tell me that their guitar, that were singers, their guitar was kind of like their crutch, was what they almost hid behind. And so I was just curious as to if you shed that skin, and you did. You did.
Yeah. No, that's fine. Can you guys hear me okay?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. Sorry, I wasn't quite sure how my volume was. So yeah, it really was like it was my security blanket for a long time, standing behind my guitar.
You're a little quiet.
Okay, I will. Is that better?
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. Wait, there you go.
Static.
Yeah,
Okay.
perfect.
All right.
Good.
So
You're good now.
I think in order, like when I play this, I think I just have to. Yeah. So Seb said to play Sleeper, I think.
I'm gonna mute myself real quick.
Yeah, I was gonna say it might have a little bit of feedback or something.
I'm gonna do the same here.
Great. So, do you just want me to play through the whole song or part of it?
It's your show, whatever you'd like to do. If you would like to, well, if you would like, just there's such amazing content in your songs. So if you would like to just say a little bit about it, what inspired it, what to listen for, maybe some of the folks listening to it's the first time they've ever heard it. So, tell them what to listen for.
So everybody knows this is the second version of Sleeper, and that's why it's called Sleeper Reimagined. When I was like a solo artist by myself, it was more cinematic pop kind of feel, and I was like, it just didn't feel right. And I also had I don't want to give it away for those who haven't heard it, but the big message in this song, and it was really awesome because people from here, from the TikTok community, they all joined in and sent clips to me. I had them write down on either paper or chalkboard or dry erase anything that they could, something that, like a name or a label that they wore, what they felt about themselves that was holding them back. And so that like was, and I was so blown away at how vulnerable people were willing to be. And so if you guys want to check that out on YouTube, people sent their clips in and I integrated in the video, and then you kind of see it tell the story. I'm not going to give away much more, but Sleeper really is, it's my baby. It's like the song that I think it was that pivotal change in my life, because I'll talk about that after. We'll do this. I know it's so, yeah, okay. All right, you're gonna have to tell me how the volume is, because I don't know if it's gonna be loud or not. Here goes. Tell me what you think. Is that good? What more do I say? Wrong, callous in every way. Sleepless nights, watching time creep by. life. Awake and sleeper, come out of your grave. Each night I hear you calling out my name. Half asleep when I'm awake. Oh, come out of your grave. Here's where the truth gets ugly. Spend most of my time living a lie. Bruised and broken, hiding from my reflection. Can't be a child of light. I wanna be alive. Awake and sleeper, come out of your grave. Each night I hear you calling out my name. Half asleep when I'm awake. Oh, out of your grave. Can you promise dawn will break? Night is over. Am I finally awake? If I open my eyes, would you pull me back to life? Whoa, I wanna be alive. Awake and sleeper, come out of your grave. Each night I hear you calling out my name. Half asleep when I'm awake. Oh, come out of your grave. Awake and sleeper. Oh, come out of your grave. Okay. So that's
Oh, yeah.
Sleeper.
Hell yeah.
So that, okay, I have to tell you this. The original version, so the OG, like, thank you so much. The original one, I start the song out by whispering "Wake Up," and for the album, I was like, no, it doesn't make sense because it is a concept album. So this is kind of right in the middle, where it's like at that part, and so for me, like the song that comes after it is Magnetar, which is the song about not allowing anyone to like drag you down, and your eyes become finally open and you're aware of like the things in your life that are the obstacles that are holding you back. And so basically I was like, no, I think it needs to be at the end of the song, and it just made so much more sense, and clicked. I don't know. So it's like it's my call this song was my call to myself to wake up. Like I was spiritually dead, like emotionally dead, kind of like you walk around like you are the Walking Dead, right? I'm sorry if I'm saying that word a lot. My bad if that's like not a good word. But and and I almost lost my life physically. So so for me, this was me telling myself like and kind of having the internal struggle. You know, if you hear it during the bridge, I say, if night is over, hold on, night. How did I forget my own lyrics? See,
Don't you
this is
love
gonna
that?
this is what's gonna happen. And it's funny. This song I wrote this like 3 years ago, 3.5 years ago. I don't even know. Yep. Can you promise? Okay, yeah. It's can you promise that dawn will break? If night is over, am I finally awake? If I open my eyes, will you pull me back to life? And then I get to that point where I say, oh, I want to be alive. Because I struggled so much with just not wanting to be here, feeling like I didn't belong, I didn't have a place, and I just addiction is a rough thing, you know, to fall into. And so this is me saying, no, I have to choose. Like, yeah, me being alive, I should not be. And so I am grateful and blessed, and I feel like this is part of my mission to share this story, and just to help, even you know, with what we want to do with the nonprofit is to get people the help that they need. Because thank you, I'm so glad I am too. Like, so much to do in this life. I feel like I know that sounds cheesy, but I don't care. Like, I just this is my heart, and I just want for other people to know they're not alone, and it's okay to talk about it. It doesn't make you weak. It doesn't if anything, I think it shows strength and the ability to be able to expose and say, listen, this is me, all of me, like my ugly, take it or leave it. That's your choice. But if you leave it, you're gonna miss out on like a wild adventure. I don't know. It's been so for me, like this journey has just been, even in writing the album, it was so healing because it starts out with trauma, and the abuse that I went through. So I kind of wrote it as a letter to my abuser. Thank you. And Theory, you guys have been here since the beginning. Thank you so much. Seb was such an encouragement to me in the very beginning. Yeah, it's like how do I even explain it? So you know, you start with after you know I experienced, and this is what we're actually going to be announcing this really soon, because we're going to want help from anyone out here in the community who is a survivor of abuse, and it can be any type. The song specifically, Cut Me to the Quick, is, for me, that was about SA. I just don't know if I'm allowed to say that. Like, you know, you never know what gets filtered or whatever.
Right.
But for me, that song was so difficult. And every time that I went to record, in the breakdown of the song, because like I said, it was like if I had the chance to talk or write a letter to my abuser, what would I say? And in the breakdown, that's like the most emotional part of the song. Sorry. Yes. Oh, congratulations for 41 years, though. That is amazing.
No doubt. For real.
Oh, I'm proud of you. Like I'm like I don't know, approaching 5 years, and I'm like, it's crazy, but that's awesome. I'm proud of you. So at that part in the breakdown, the very last thing, and I'm you know, I do scream in it, so it's my low growl or whatever, but I scream, I never asked for this. And I don't know that I'm allowed to announce this, but I'm going to say it because we need to recruit people for help. But I have a vision for this. I believe that we are stronger when we come together as a community and our voice is louder. So my vision is I really want to make this into a music video involving every single person who sings along with. So anyone who is a survivor of any form of abuse, or you have loved ones that they may feel like they can't speak up, but you want to speak for them and be their advocate, or if you just want to support and say, I stand with you guys. It's gonna be that's awesome. I do too. We have something in common. But my dream and my vision is to first we're going to get a big choir. So we're turning the song. I mean, it's this it's this metal song where I'm screaming in it, and I've actually reproduced it into a cinematic orchestral song. And so when it gets to the end, I just have this like vision in my head where I see like this empty theater, an empty theater where there's just like one spotlight and, someone is standing by themselves. And oh, Seb, that would be so great. Honestly, like I feel like this could be such a really powerful message just to show people like one, like as one voice, like, and you don't realize it. So it'll just start with one person and then we'll have voices join in little by little to form a big, and then all of a sudden the lights will turn on and you'll see a massive group holding hands or, rallying around each other, showing and being symbolic of, I don't have to hide. I don't have to be by myself. I can speak up because so many people feel like they have no voice or that it's been taken from them. And so that is my hope is to see that come to life. Because the song hits so differently and so much more like to me emotionally because it's slowed down and you have the feeling of the orchestra, which I don't know if any of you guys have heard the reimagined version of the song Last Resort by Papa Roach. That was like from the 90s, I believe. Falling in Reverse did an orchestral version of it. I bawl every time I listen to it because the emotion and just it's a different perspective.
Right, Lita?
Yeah. Thank you. I honestly it's just I feel like because I'm still here, it's my responsibility. Like I don't know if that makes sense. Yeah. So that was a very long story and explanation for what my hope is to happen.
No, that was perfect. That's why you're here. That's why you're here, to be able to give the full story. That's amazing. So in this, it's the first song on the album too. It starts the album off right out of the gates. So man, you hit them right in the mouth, right? I mean, they don't even get off the plane yet, and you're on them. I love it. It's fantastic.
Well, I mean, yeah. Well, that was so that it's really funny because and it was the first release that because sometimes you release like singles before you release like the whole album and stuff, and my team was like, all right, what's the most difficult song? I was like, like is that even a question?
Right.
And so they're like we're releasing that first. I was like, oh, really? Okay.
It's a great song. They're all great. This is a great starting song, though. It's a great song to just right out of the gates.
Thank you. Yeah.
Well, you have a bunch of folks in the chat who agree with you or connect with you in some way as you're speaking. And I suspect the more people that hear your voice and hear you talk and get to meet you, the bigger that drone is going to be. The louder that buzz is going to be.
I hope so. I'm a big dreamer. Thank you. And yes. Thank you, Brittany.
We do too, Brittany.
Brittany's amazing. She's actually going to be part of the nonprofit. She's been such an instrumental, crucial, like, rock in my life, going through the most difficult seasons, coming out of addiction, relapsing, and, you know, yeah. So, you know, one of the questions that we were asked, you know, was talking about, you know, what kind of stereotypes like come with metal music, right? And we talked, I believe it made in the magazine, like that it's like, you know, devil worship or like, you know, Satan's music, right?
Right.
Which I'll say, like, I think that there was that kind of image back with, like, you know, I don't know, Ozzy, and I think that
Motley
was more
Crue
something.
and
Yeah, right?
Shout at the Devil and all that.
Yes. So, you know what I mean? Like, but then it's so funny because I talked about like how it was the opposite for me. Like when I got into heavy music, like, guess there you go. When I started listening to music and I really fell in love with music, it was, and I'll never forget this. My friend came to me and they were like, "You need to borrow this CD. This is a band named Emery." And they're like, "And it'll change your life." And I was like, "Okay, sure." Because I listened to whatever up until that point. And I took it home. And that was back in the day when, like, you know, still had like your CD player, and it even had like a tape deck on the front, right?
Uh-huh.
So I sat down and I popped that CD in and I went through the lyric book. Y'all remember lyric books?
Oh,
do.
yeah.
I love those. So I went through it. And I just I just remember I would always lay on my floor on my back and listen to music and just read the lyrics, like, you know, and doing that, like I cried and I fell in love and I had never heard music like this before. So the genre was like, it's called post-hardcore. So most people would call it like emo or screamo music, you know, from like the early 2000s. But I was like, I've never felt like somebody understood me. And it was like, they got in my brain. How'd they know that I feel like that?
It's the devil worship. That's how they knew how to do it.
Yes, you are right. Which is actually funny because they were under a Christian label. And they screamed. And, you know, and so that's, I'll never forget. I was recording one time at my parents' house for Flight Freeze. So that's the second song on the album. I needed to record my gutturals, which are, you know, your lower screams, you know? Yeah, like the growlies. Somebody, other people call them Cookie Monster screams, whatever you want to call them. And my dad, like, no joke, Valaina. If you see my username, I don't know if you can see it. It's spelled exactly like that. That's the name of the band.
Valaina.
Yes. My dad just doesn't even knock, nothing. It's like the door swings open. He's like, "What are you doing?"
Hold on, Dad. I'm worshiping the devil.
So like I paused it, you know, my session. I was like, "I'm recording, Dad." And he about the band I was talking about. Oh, Emery, like a nail board, like an emery board, you know. They're my all-time favorite band. I love them. So yes, I always say that, and people always make fun of the fact that I always actually, you know, this is how much of a nerd I am, guys. My shirt that I'm wearing right now is an Emery shirt. Yeah.
With a Goonies cover up.
Yeah, right. So I remember he just looks at me and he's like, and I'm like, "I'm recording," and he goes, sounds demonic. And then he walks out. Oh my goodness. It was just, I don't know, it just cracked me up. And so I think I made a video after that and I was like, riddle me this. Why do people automatically think if you scream, it equals satanic, right? So I was like, one of these things is not like the other. Fun story. I don't know.
Oh gosh, you can thank the Satanic Panic for that. Way back in like the 70s and 80s. And,
Yep.
You
It
thought my band
recycles
was-
itself over and over too.
You know what? I think you're right with that. That's really funny. You thought the band was the Goonies? You know, that would have been really, like, clever. But no. See, I just was like, I don't know. My middle name is Elena, and my last name begins with a V. Valaina. But it has a good meaning, though, because Elena means, like, bright, shining light. So, yeah.
yeah, Chris, the 80s.
Kristen. I remember those two. Don't worry. So cut me to the quick. The opening song. The content of the song. You're a writer for sure. There's some poets that hang out on here. You could kick it with them too, I'm sure.
Ash, I'm going to start a new deathcore band and call it Satanic Panic, and you're in it, buddy.
That's it. I love it. With his new guitar, with that new Les Paul Ash got, that Epi he got, nice.
Oh my goodness. I remember that because I watched quite a few movies and videos warning about it. So
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah,
Sorry.
Chris.
Yeah, Dee
Yeah,
Snider.
when Dee Snider testified, yeah, that was dope, man. He
Yep.
he was the smartest guy in the room, actually.
Usually is.
That was amazing.
you're gonna be the hype man. Yeah.
Draw on the satin shirts. Hell satin.
Lita.
Worship satin and slide off the bed.
That's
Oh
awesome.
my gosh. That's funny. That's super funny. Yeah. It is though, I feel like people or they'll I get compared to like being gothic or something and it's like okay, I mean, label me whatever you want to label me, but everyone's like, well, your voice doesn't really go with metal. I'm like, well, thanks for your
Sure it
opinion,
does.
but no thanks. Like
Yeah.
I mean, one of my favorite female vocalists that I really look up to, she is the lead singer of a modern metal band, and it's called Spirit Box, and her name's Courtney LaPlante. Man, she has a beautiful, beautiful voice, like so like light and airy. And then these gnarly screams, and I'm like, yeah, and I love Arch Enemy too.
Yes.
Dream State, oh my gosh, yes, them too. Sorry, just so many good, where they have beautiful voices, and even they just came back around. Lacey Strum, what was their band called?
Oh my god.
They're from Texas. I should know this. Flyleaf, sorry.
I was just thinking about Flyleaf. I couldn't bring it up though. Yeah, I've actually played with them.
No way.
Yeah.
I do get the Evanescence thing a lot, and I
Yeah.
roll with it now because. All right, so here's little story time. When I first started, everybody would be like, you remind me of like Amy Lee. Your music reminds me of Evanescence," and I was like, "No, like I'm me. Like I don't want it." So I would get salty about it, and then I finally admitted. I was like low key to the guys in the band. I was like low key. I always wanted to be like Amy Lee. And then they screenshot it and were like, "You can't ever say that again because we have proof."
That's funny. I got a little bit of Flyleaf impression when I first heard you, and also maybe kind of removed, but you kind of sound like, and I just blanked on her name too, the singer for the Cranberries.
You are not the first person to say that.
Yeah, I think it's your
Thank you.
register. I think it's your
What is her
register.
name? Damn it.
You both sing about the same register. And,
Doris, right? Or
Yeah, I think it's Doris. Yeah. And don't
It's-
anybody in here say Kitty or I'll kick you out of the chat. I like Kitty, but she doesn't sound like them.
Dolores
okay.
O'Riordan.
Do you know? There you go. I'm
Thanks,
really
Sarah.
glad
Thanks.
that you said that because I would have said it if you didn't say it. Because because yes, I'm like I sound nothing like Kitty. Stop
No,
it.
you don't. You don't. I like them, and I actually played with them. Really nice for folks, but
Okay.
you don't sound like them.
How long have you you've toured? You've played in a lot of bands. Like what is this?
That's what I did with most of
Yeah?
my adult life. I retired to the woods, and now I sculpt.
Now you sculpt.
Now he's stuck with me.
That's awesome though.
I played with a lot of really, really big bands back in the day.
Really.
Yeah, that's what I did. Like a lot.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
Now I feel
Yes.
like I want to ask you questions now, but I won't. Sorry.
You're
It's
anytime.
Well, I feel like you've gained a really great ally. Either way, the dude's been there, so might be able to share some information with you if nothing else.
Yeah.
yeah, that would be good. You know, I'm just hoping like we're trying right now to like start and so everyone knows. Again, I'm not supposed to talk about this, but like we already have new music that we're working on, and come next year, yeah, I'm
Right on.
excited. But we really
Oh,
hope
yeah.
to get a bunch of shows. So we've been like making our lists and getting ready to reach out to a bunch of venues, and who knows what'll happen. I don't know.
Sure.
I just before like last year, this time I was getting so anxious because I was like, I just want the album to be released because it was supposed to. Oh no. It was supposed to have released on my birthday. I mean, the album got delayed so many times, but actually, I don't know if I don't even think I told you this. I think it happened just as it was supposed to happen. So a big part of why we want to do this nonprofit is I lost my sister 5 years ago to her battle with addiction. And it was really, really hard on me because she was at that point where she was trying to convince me that she was sober. And thank you. And she was so beautiful, so talented, and gifted in a million and one ways. But you know, like it was like we all have these things, these demons, I think, that we have to face in our lives, and they can consume us, or we can figure out, how do I get myself out of this pit? How can I find rescue? You know, because you can't do it by yourself. You can't, and so that part broke my heart. But for her, we released the album on the day she passed away, like 5 years to the day after. So for me, because it goes through the story of falling into, and it's the song on. She really is, and it's so weird. It's like, I used to lay on like the living room floor. We had a karaoke machine, and she would just sing for hours and hours, and she would try to like impersonate other vocalists, and she would always sing Sarah McLachlan. And I just remember being in awe and just wanting to be just like that. So I listened to her and I looked up to her. She became a karaoke DJ and she made it to The Voice. And she tanked her audition, unfortunately, though, because she was wasted. But the thing is if by me sharing the struggle, the things that people like to hide, because social media is this place where my life is perfect. I would rather people see, no, like I have good days and I have really bad days. And sometimes my bad days are really like dark. They're dark. And what I need to know is that I'm going to have like somebody there for me that I can reach out to. And it wasn't until I got into recovery that I realized the strength that comes from being able to just say it out loud. Like, man, I'm messed up. And someone's like, hey, me too.
Right. Right. Join the crowd.
But it's
welcome.
Like, yes, it's like I feel like the need to pretend or portray this like picture perfect life, or that you've got it all together. None of us know what we're doing. We're just throwing crap at the wall and seeing what sticks. I have no idea what I'm doing. Is that a heart?
Yes.
Did you make that? No? May I ask the significance?
It's I bought it at the Halloween store.
Oh,
The significance is everybody always does the hearts, and then a lot of people have signs.
uh-huh.
I have a heart.
Oh my gosh, you are so hysterical. I love it. I love it so much.
Put your heart out, kid.
And the clown knows. He also,
Oh, yeah.
for the folks that
That's
come
my-
in that we were talking about earlier, we have something for them too.
Oh, that's so great. Do you know
That's a
it's
great
actually
song, Ghost Rider.
which one?
I'm sorry.
Oh,
Heart of Gold by
yeah.
Neil Young. Yeah.
Yeah. You need your heart back. So I actually have planned like my next tattoo. I want to get like an anatomically correct looking heart and then have like I don't know if it was just the gramophone that had that, do you know what I'm talking about? I'm like hand
Phonograph?
motioning,
Yeah.
like you guys
Yeah.
know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, yeah.
The
The
bullhorn.
thing
Yes.
that made the
The
noise.
bullhorn, yeah.
The bullhorn.
Yeah. I want it to be like a gramophone almost. Yeah.
Yeah,
That'd be dope.
that'd be cool.
He used to work at a tattoo shop as well. So y'all might,
Did you tattoo people?
No, I did piercings, but I
Okay.
did like all sorts of crazy body mods and suspension and
Oh. Ouch.
Ouch.
As
Yeah, that's what I did.
I'm very graceful. I unplugged myself. Sorry. No, I joked about this with the guys. I said the way I'm gonna make my entrance at this show. I saw there were stairs. I was like, you just wait. I'm going to gracefully give my presents to everyone by falling down the steps.
right? Might as well get it out of the way.
I like to keep things awkward, so
It's gonna happen eventually. You're gonna fall
yeah.
down on stage. I've passed out on stage and woke up over a monitor. Like not from intoxication, just from like the heat and
Yeah.
lack of oxygen and metal singing. That kind
Right.
of stuff. Oh yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Dang.
Blood, guts, the whole bit. It's fun.
That's like a almost like a word story, like battle scar that you have though. Like, yeah, I passed out on stage. I hope I don't have to sing that though.
Nothing
As
like
long as the
waking up
audience-
and looking up to see a couple of thousand people and you're like, what the f- is going on for a second? It takes you a split second to be like,
Is this
Oh.
real life? Yeah.
I'm like, oh, I'm in the middle. I better get up.
I think what would be worse is if your audience all passed out, though.
I've seen, well, not all of them, but I've seen people drop.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, had those too, Chris.
no. I feel like that's like something. No, I'm
Heard that,
like,
Chris.
please no, please no, please no. Yeah, wow. I'm sorry to hear that. I am afraid that might happen to me sometime. I don't know.
You go on autopilot. It starts to become muscle memory. You ever find yourself being on stage and singing, and then you realize that you're singing, but like in your
don't
head you're
really-
going over like laundry or dishes or a book or a movie or like what you're going to eat when you get done or what you shouldn't have eaten before you went on stage, and then you realize you're like, man, I've been on autopilot for like 2 verses here, and I better kick back in and pay attention. You ever done that? Like just
Space.
you're just singing along and
Either that or like, have you ever like been like singing and you're like, wait a minute, like you're having like inner dialogue like you were saying, and you're like, is that really my voice? Like,
yeah, and you better
like
hope
words are coming out, but I don't feel like I know what I'm saying. Like, yeah, no, I've had one of those.
you snap back to and go, what verse are we on? Shit. Yeah, that's
So
always fun.
you have to be alone before going on stage. Okay, so I am trying to start a pre-show ritual, and nobody will join me, and I am so upset about this. Okay, so there's this movie Hot Rod, right? I don't know if you guys have seen it. Like, it's an SNL movie, and it's really funny.
Sure.
You've had an out-of-body experience. I would love to hear about that sometime. Okay, so in this
Serious.
movie, Hot Rod, he's an aspiring stuntman. Okay, because his father, who passed away, was Evil Knievel, right? So he aspires to be the same and follow in his footsteps.
Sure.
And so his stepdad, he's trying to gain his stepdad's respect and the only way that he will is if he can beat him up and be a man, right? So he's suited up, he's got like headgear on, he's got like a mouthpiece and stuff, and he's all ready with all of his padding, and then he goes, "Ancestors, please protect us." And then his brother goes, "May they protect you." And then like they do something like a huh, like, and then he goes off, right? So yeah, so you might find it if you go on my page. Like, I literally did that at practice and looked around, and I was like, no, okay, fine. Like, come on,
how to fix
guys,
that
no one
problem.
knows. Well,
If
and
they
then
don't
I
want to
did it.
participate, take it to your sound check.
Well, and I did it at rehearsal this past Sunday, and I was like, okay. I was like, are you guys ready? Like, I did the, well, I actually did the, oh, are you ready? I was like, no, don't play that song. Because if I start singing, they will bust into song.
Oh,
So I was like, okay, everybody, before we start. And then I said, "Ancestors, may they protect us." And I was like, guys, and you're supposed to say, "May they protect us." No.
Sound
We need
check.
to-
If they don't want to do it with you, you do it to a sound check, and then the crowd gets to sing back to you. And you'll find out who's with you right then and there.
Yeah, I like that. You giving me ideas, and legit, you don't even know I would actually do that. Like,
Oh, I totally. Yeah, you're talking to a half madman, so I would hope you would. I would just hope you would.
awkward is my middle name, and I just don't even care. I just, this is me. We should. That's what I'm saying. Like, would somebody please do that with me? Like, all I just want is like. Okay, I was the captain of the color guard in marching band in high school. Okay, and I would always get people to like join in, and we always had like pre-show like dance things, or I don't know, stuff like that, and I'm all about that. If they don't want to join, it's their loss. So
Their loss.
yeah, music, album, yeah, magazine launch, December 7th.
That was a nice recap. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thanks for joining the Gen Cry.
Oh, that's
What's up,
amazing.
David Ledbetter?
What's up, David? How you doing, brother? Good to see you, man.
Thanks,
is
guys,
lovely
for
Thanks
to
for
hearing
being
meet
here
me.
earlier, David.
So we've got about 19-ish minutes left before Chad puts his little one to bed. I wanted to make sure to get any songs in you might want to play before we exit out, or anything, any of them that you wanted to talk about specifically. And we need to make sure, Rachel, that we let the people know how they can get their hands on your album or tape or CD or whatever you have made available to the good people out there. And we want to make sure. So I have in my link tree a link to things, Valaina.
Okay.
I believe. If everything worked properly, you checked it out, I believe, and it worked, and we were good.
I
and
think so.
maybe not. But you have her here right now. So, should you like to get the album, or you would like to get tickets to go to the show in Hollywood, the people are here that can tell you how to make that happen.
There you go.
Rachel and her band Valaina are going to be headlining the December 7th Theory Magazine coming out party. You can see them here. You can see her on the front cover. You can also find people like SA Artistries and Hanson and me in this edition. And in the next edition, you're going to be able to see people like my buddy Chad Rev Art. You're going to be able to see Chip 76. Probably see some of Jeff in there. So you have a bunch of Theory of people or future Theory of people in here at the moment. And for those of you that would like to do something with Theoria, you have Rachel, who is the lead singer and basically person who created Valaina. She is Valaina, in fact. She's trying to trick us and tell us her name's Rachel, but it's really Valaina.
Do you
We know better.
people still call me like V or Val or whatever? Yeah. I'm like, I'll go with it. Yeah, it's cool. Whatever. Well, I don't know. Like, if anyone had any questions or if you want, I could play another song. It's so hard for me to like pick a favorite or whatever. You know what I mean? It's just,
Totally.
yeah.
Is there anybody in the chat that has anything that they would like to know? Any questions? Please keep them polite. Otherwise, we'll throw your ass out.
There's that.
I'm just
He ain't
saying.
lying.
I'm just saying.
He ain't lying.
Play any song, please. Peterlope. So that's
Okay.
Pete Lopez, but we messed his name up from Jump Street, so we just call him Peterlope. And he has
Yeah.
such a great sense of humor. He's embraced it. So now you know
Can I
Peterlope.
request something from my background? Will you play like your heaviest song? I want to hear like the most guttural, whatever you got in that.
All
manner.
right. I'm super proud. I'm super proud of this bleh in this song. So
Bleh.
yes. I'm sorry. Did you guys hear? I'll play it in a second. Did you hear though that somebody trademarked the word bleh?
Really?
Yeah, what an asshole, right?
We legit had merch that was like a Shakespeare thing, like to bleh or not to bleh. He's trademarked now. All right. I will play that. So this is called Fight, Flight, Freeze. It's the second song on the album. It is written in third person. I am talking about myself. It's about dissociation, just so everybody knows. But
I
yeah,
don't know anything about that.
it became I became super good at it, which is not I don't recommend it to anyone.
Theory, it's BLEGH, I believe.
Blech.
Blech. Yeah.
Just wait for it. You'll hear it right when I go to the breakdown. It's my favorite. All right, here we go.
I'll try not to break stuff over here.
Let me know if the volume's okay. same. Show her a smile for a while. Can we all just play pretend? Deep in denial through the trials. Never wanting to give in. All this is normal, just accept it. She surely asked for this. How is she dealing? Firefly breeze. I knew a girl who watched the whole world spiral around her, escaping feelings trapped inside, out of body, out of mind. A stranger in her life, unattached and blind. Will her sanity remain? Circling the drain, convincing herself everybody feels the same. Show her a smile for a while. Can we all just play pretend? Deep in denial through the trials. Never wanting to give in. All this is normal, just accept it. She surely asked for this. How is she dealing? Firefly breeze. Show her a smile for a while. Can we all just play pretend? Deep in denial through the trials. Never wanting to give in. All this is normal, just accept it. She surely asked for this. How is she dealing? Show her a smile for a while. Can we all just play pretend? Deep in denial through the trials. Never wanting to give in. All this is normal, just accept it. She surely asked for this. How is she dealing? Firefly breeze. I knew a girl on the way of the world upon her shoulder. Firefly breeze. Did you hear the blah?
Yo, there was a black.
Nice. Bleh.
It is sad. It's not. It's. I'm not planning on it, but it's. Yeah. It was so hard to. Yeah.
I think the answer is to bleh.
Yes, it is, and it's actually kind of a band inside joke because okay, one of my favorite bands is Motionless in White, and like Chris
Nice.
Motionless is like one of like the blech kings, right? That's what I think at least. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know that like architects, like but still, I mean they're both valid, but I just really
Sure.
love like Chris's voice. So and their lyrics too. Their songs are awesome. Anyways, well, both bands are. Besides point. I don't even know where I was going with that.
Bleh. Bleh. It was
Yes,
the inside
yes.
joke.
So the inside joke is that I knew that V, who he's the from Argentina, the main producer or mix engineer, guitarist. He thank you, I appreciate that. He was like, I told him I was like, I'm totally gonna like black here and like just go full on Chris Motionless. He goes, yeah, do it. And turns out he was joking. And so I sent him my take from this song. And he goes, what is his word that he says? It's valid. That's how you know he doesn't like something. It's valid. But it's not my favorite. but then I finally convinced him to love the blah. And I think I blah in like I don't even know how many of our songs. We did a cover of Baby One More Time. I do it in that song. Yeah. Oh yeah. And then
Boy group like Baby One More Time type, boy band type.
like Britney
music.
Spears.
Get right on. Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
right.
yeah.
I couldn't get the right words out, but yeah. Yeah.
Yes.
Obviously she's not a boy band, but that era, that
Yeah, like here, just I'll just play just like a little second of it because, and then I'll show you what I
one
mean.
more time. Oh man.
Yep, Britney Spears. It's very different. We'll just show you like the breakdown or something. Let's see.
Lita, yeah, that's what I was thinking.
My loneliness is killing me, and I must confess, I still believe, when I'm not with you, I lose my mind. Give me a sign, hit me, baby, one more time. I need a sign. Yeah.
Yo, that
we
pop
actually-
sound though, right? That it has that.
Yes. So that's actually like a lot of our music. Free Britney. Oh my gosh. Yes, please, somebody free Britney. That song got us first time onto Punk Goes Pop or Pop Goes Punk playlist, I think. Yeah. And then Blinding Lights, we did like sounds like an 8-bit version in the beginning. Yeah. Covered.
That's a great song. That's a great song. I like that song.
It's a good way to like, it was actually really great for us to get a lot of organic growth. And I always loved listening through the Pop Goes Punk albums because I'm like, man, like, you know, it combines like both my favorites.
Right on.
My more favorite is the heavy. Words are hard. I speak well.
Us too. They actually let us keep coming back each week. I don't know why.
Communicating blacks from here on out.
So make sure you let everybody know where they can find your album, how to find your album, how to find you. Well, not like you, not your house, but you know, your music, your.
Well, you take a left over it.
Yeah.
Not my location. So my social security number. You ready? Got a pen?
Yeah. I'm just gonna drop a pin on the location, guys. Don't worry about that.
Yeah. Yep. You'll know exactly where to find me. No. You can. I mean, we're on all streaming platforms, and you know, if you follow us on socials, we've got a link tree, and you know, in there, like we kind of go into detail a little bit about. That's where we are doing a fundraiser for kind of getting launched and to get the paperwork and everything filed for the nonprofit. First pet's name. I love it. You're cracking me up. First pet's name, street you grew up on.
Mother's maiden name, yeah. First car.
You know, yeah. Mm-hmm. Yep, there you go. So yeah, it's on all streaming platforms. Just like I think you'll probably be able to find it just in all caps, like just like my username. So yeah, I don't know. I super appreciate you allowing. I mean, you know, verification. And I'm so sorry. Yes, apparently. Do you know about that song?
Ghost Rider.
Was it?
It was nice to meet you, Ghost Rider. So Bradley, a couple comments up said, "Where are you?" And he's part of the Squirrel Squad, right? How do you find an emo person in a crowd? You say, "Where are you?" And then they answer, and I'm so sorry. Like, Brady too. Like,
Oh
God.
my gosh.
No, I taught my son how to do that, and he even sings it like spot on. He's like, and I'm so sorry.
That's awesome. Theory Magazine launch event, December 7th, featuring Valaina.
Lania.
I've always, how come when Seb writes it, I always say it wrong? Valaina is who we're looking for, folks. Valaina.
Elena. Yeah.
Did
And
you just say Valania? Wait a minute.
no, look, go back
Did
and
you
look
say
what was written.
Valania?
Go back
Is
and
that
look
what you
what was
said the
written.
first time again?
Melania.
That's what I thought I read, but no, that's not what I read. So, Friday, Haley Dot will be on. Haley Dot show. For those of y'all that don't know, go check out Haley Dot on Friday.
Yeah,
6 o'clock
5 o'clock.
Eastern time, 5 o'clock Central time. Haley's our friend. Haley's the person who determines who gets what squirrels and whatever on here. Now would be the time, folks, for all of you folks in here, drop some squirrels. Go take the time. Hey, Lenny, go take the time to find the squirrel in your chat. And if we could, drop some squirrels. Yes, Seb, right. I thought I was losing my mind. I'm like, dude, what are you writing there? but please drop some squirrels in the chat. Get some screenshots of those so we can put those out like we normally do. And thank you, everybody, for coming in supporting. Thank you to all the moderators who were making sure nobody silly showed up. Wafty, appreciate it, Wafty. Who we have here tonight is Rachel from Valaina. She is the founder of Valaina, I think it's fair to say. Singer, songwriter, musician extraordinaire, has a hell of a sense of humor. Super
Nice
dope
black,
person.
too.
Nice blah. From now on, when we talk of Rachel, we're just going to be, the lady that can blah. That
You're like,
lady.
yeah,
that
she's got a nice blah.
I'm proud of it, okay?
We really appreciate you coming on. It's incredible to get you on here. I really, really wish I'd be able to see you. I hope maybe you'll come by this part of the country at some point, putting on shows. Let us know, please, when your tour list comes out, and we will do what we can to shout out every show and see if we can get folks to come see you.
Come warm up the green room for you.
I'm hoping as soon as possible. We've got a list, and I'm gonna call everybody and just let them know. Sorry, but we're Valaina. You have to let us. You'd regret it.
Right.
I don't know. I try to awkwardly talk people into things.
Well, Rachel, is there
Whatever
anything
works.
you wanted to talk about that we didn't cover that I missed, or is there anything that I got wrong that we need to correct?
What the hell?
I don't think so.
Thank you, David.
I think I would just say, I don't know if we did. Okay, I verbally say like a lot of things and squirrel. Also, just so you know, vice chairman of the concussion crew. Like, so
It's all good.
but so like if I explained the whole reason behind or what we're hoping to accomplish with the nonprofit.
Let's do it.
I'll just give like a quick little spiel. That way, like you guys know, and this is the thing is there's a lot of nonprofits out there that are very corrupt, and they in Seven I had this conversation. They act like a business, and really where my heart's at is I want to be hands on. I could care less about fame or fortune. I just want to be that safe space, that community where people can go and they can get help. And so we've got dreams and plans of what we'd love to do to provide, online and in-person workshops and programs for mental health. I want to have an app developed where you could plug in your zip code, and you could find, say you needed mental health resources or help getting recovery with substance abuse, stuff like that, where they could just type it in. That's another idea. Also through that app, maybe they have like peer moderated, supported support groups where people can chat and talk. That was huge for me when I was going through recovery, is always having somebody to reach out to. So we're really hoping to get this off the ground and then partner with mental health professionals to even provide like subsidized or free care to people who are really, really needing it. I want so bad that my goal is if one family can be spared what my family had to experience, then that would mean the world to me. So sorry, it's my heart, and I want to see this happen. And I think it's time that people learned it's okay to speak up, and it's okay to have a voice. That's what we want to be.
Absolutely. Look, and like I was saying earlier, Rachel, it takes courage to put yourself out there in any art form, especially what you're doing, to write such personal lyrics and on such subject matter that you're going to take heat for, that you have taken heat for. So just so you know, I can speak for this guy here. I believe you have you find yourself with a couple allies here. Chad's the handsome one. I'm the brains of the operation.
Oh, man. We're screwed. At least I got a good breath.
But when you have stuff that comes up, when you have things you'd like to announce, let us know. He has a show on Thursday nights at 7 Eastern time that I'm the co-host on his show. And then every Tuesday night we do this show where we interview an artist of some sort. And then the rest of the times we're doing our flow states. But when we're doing our flow states and we're working on our thing, as you can see behind me is a wall full of art, and they're all TikTok artists. So we will be playing Valaina music during our lives, and we will be talking shit and making sure everybody knows everybody knows that they need to go look up Valaina, and if they don't, they ain't about anything. So, but we'll be repping you out here. We believe in what you're doing. We are so excited for you. We're really excited for your appearance out there in Hollywood. And congratulations on all your success. Congratulations on putting out an amazing album of songs. Looking forward to what you do next. Please stay in touch with us. Let us know when you have stuff coming out. We'd love to support you. There is a connection to Valaina in my link tree. You can go find them and give her your support. Give the rest of the band your support. And Chad, you got anything, buddy? I know you got.
Yeah, you guys make sure to take a screenshot right now. That way you can say, hey, I was there before when you're watching a little girl here do her acceptance speech, and she's all like, I would like to thank my producers. So get your screenshot, y'all.
And the guy from Argentina, he's pretty all right, too. And
he's all right. You can be like, guys, I heard her before you did.
Yes. Yes. So... folks, we actually have an artist who puts her heart and soul into what she does, and the other caveat is she brings people along with her. Everything about what they're doing is trying to be positive and trying to help others. So please give Rachel support. Please be on the lookout for Valaina. Go check them on all social media platforms. To everybody that came in and hung out with us, we appreciate it. If it's okay with you, Valaina, I'm going to load this over on the YouTubes, and then Seb will have access to it. Maybe he'll be able to chop it up and make some sense out of me and Chad. I'm not sure. Either that, or he can just delete us out.
Good luck, Seb.
And just put the good stuff in there that Rachel's doing.
Seb, you just need a rev filter where you can just click it and it just takes me out of it, and on the whole thing, the rating will come down. Like
I did put us
not
in
like
the little
Radines.
boxes up here, Seb, to make it easy on you. Like, I know that you can't see on the audio anyway, but just in case.
I'm still right here, Seb.
We see you, Seb. Rachel, thank you so much. We really appreciate it. You're absolutely amazing. You're an inspiration. And should you ever need anything, you have my number. That's my personal number. So you need anything, reach out, and I'll stay in touch just to harass you.
Hey, please do. Guys, thank you so much. I appreciate this. You guys and everyone who is here too. Y'all are awesome, and I hope I get to know you better. Hey, all right. Thanks so much.
Yes. Look forward to seeing you on tour soon.
Yeah, for sure.
Can't wait. I can't wait. It's going to be awesome. Folks, thank everybody for tuning in. Thank you so much to Rachel from Valaina. Incredible band with an incredible message, doing incredible work. Thanks to my buddy, best co-host on several planets over here, Chad Rev Art. Speaking of doing incredible work, there's some right there behind him. Appreciate you, brother. Good to see you, man.
Appreciate you, homie.
As soon as we get the puppy situated, we'll be on doing some more lives again, y'all. I just don't know when I'll be on or where, but I will.
I'll probably be on later. If not, I'll be on Thursdays, guys. I'll be on Thursday, guys. And we got somebody in the window this week, so it'll be good.
Uh-oh. All right.
It'll be good. Come and
Sounds
see it.
good. Love you too, Wafty.
Come and see it.
Appreciate y'all. Much love, everybody. Thank you, Chad Rev Art. The great Chad Rev Art. Turn on your notifications. Now go on, get on out of here.
Get TikTok.
Thanks, y'all. Appreciate y'all. Oh, right on, David. Appreciate it, man. I'll be here. Y'all have a good one. Much love, everybody.